My intention for this episode today is to help you shift out of employee mindset and into CEO mindset. So if you want to know how to operate as a CEO, how to make bold, powerful decisions in your business so that you can grow and build the level of success that you desire, then this episode is absolutely for you. Now, if this is the first time that you have found the Becoming an Online Sales Queen podcast, then I want to give you a big, warm welcome. And if you are a returning listener, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate you massively. So we are a podcast that streams across all major podcast platforms, and we come out on YouTube every Wednesday. So what I would love to invite you to do for me is give this a like, give it a subscribe. That will make sure that you get alerted when our next episode comes out. And every episode is dedicated to helping you to succeed. It's dedicated to helping you to sell more, helping you to package up your expertise, helping you to sell with ease, not sleaze, helping you to sell like you are in feminine flow, always never selling like a bro, never being pushy, never being tactical, never being sleazy, so that you can really attract the type of clients that you want to work with, okay? So all of our episodes are dedicated to helping you to become an online sales queen. I should have my crown on today, shouldn't I? I don't have it on today, sorry. But we are going to get a sign for up here behind where I'm sitting. And sorry, if you are only listening to this, you won't be able to see. I'm sat in my brand new office, and just above my head, I'm going to be getting a Becoming an Online Sales Queen neon sign, which I'm very excited about. Anyway, let's get into the subject of your employee mindset and how it may or may not be hindering your success. So I'm going to start with a little story. Are you sitting comfortably? I'm going to start by sharing with you about the corporate prison that I worked in. And you might be able to resonate with that term corporate prison, because if you've ever been in a 9-to-5, if you've ever been in corporate, climbing the career ladder, thinking that that was how to build success, that was how to build your dream life. And then like me, you discovered that actually working for somebody else is never going to build your dream life, and you started a business, then hello, that is exactly where I was. Yeah, I recognized it was a corporate prison. I knew it wasn't giving me the opportunity to be the mum that I wanted to be to my son, be the wife that I wanted to be the daughter, be the sister, be the friend. It just wasn't allowing me to do anything in my life other than work. And so I left, and it was back in 2016 that I left. And yeah, I want you to cast your mind back to when you worked in 9-to-5 and how you felt having a boss, how you felt having to ask for time off, having to get permission to take a holiday, not feeling like your time was your own, your calendar. That was one of the big traumas that I brought out of corporate and into my business. And I know that it hindered my growth in the first couple of years of my business. So I want to tell you a few things that might help you to notice in your own practices, in your own way of working, if you might be operating like an employee rather than the CEO. So a couple of things, right? So the first thing I was doing is I was filling my calendar. I mean, literally packing it to the rafters. Like from morning through to evening, there was no space. I left zero free time in my calendar. And I remember saying to my team back, in this conversation that we were having, where I was saying, I'm just so bloody busy. And she was like, I do see your calendar, Rach. It is very, very busy. Do you really have to be doing all those things? And I was like, yeah. And then she was like, but really, can we go through it? Do you mind? Can I challenge you? Do you mind? And we can maybe wrestle some of those things out of your calendar and either delegate those things to me, or we just get rid of them. And so I was like, yeah, okay, let's do it. And what we found out was that actually I was packing my calendar out of trauma, out of the fact that in my corporate career, somebody would always be looking at my calendar and there would always be judgment. Why has Rachel gone to that meeting? She was invited to go to the other meeting. She should have gone to that one. There was always judgment. There was always somebody wanting to scrutinize your time. was always somebody that would claim that they would have organised it better. Yeah, because corporate is a very judgmental environment. And I used to pack my calendar knowing that people were looking at it and making judgments on how I spent my time. Like your productivity was scrutinized, whether you were tracking to your target was scrutinized. I mean, I was sales director, so it was very easy to see whether I was performing or not performing in my role, because I either met my sales target or I didn't. My team either smashed our goals or they didn't. Now, I'm good at my job, so they always hit their sales targets. But that didn't mean that my calendar was not scrutinized. So that's one thing. I want you to think about in your business now, do you overfill your calendar? Do you have that trauma from your 9 to 5, from your corporate career, where you think somebody's judging your time? Yeah, do you overcommit yourself? Which leads me on to the next thing, which is boundaries. And so again, in corporate, I know that my boundaries were bad. I was a people pleaser. I wanted to do the right thing. I wanted to be a good employee. I wanted to toe the company line, live the company values. And I wanted it so badly that I would people please. I would give up on what I wanted, on my choices, to do what somebody else wanted. And whilst that might have got me a few quick win brownie points, it didn't make me happy. It meant that I would say yes when what I really meant was no. And again, this may be something that you resonate with in your business. And I can 100% guarantee that if you are people pleasing in your business, you will be limiting your success. Okay? So I want you to just reflect on whether or not you say yes when really what you mean is no, and create some kind of protocol or some kind of protection for yourself. Could it be, and this is how I overcame it, rather than saying yes and then thinking, oh shit, actually what I wanted to say was no, I would actually say no and then say, but let me check. So I would build in time. I would build in decision-making time. So if somebody said, oh, could you be at this thing on Thursday at 4:00? Could you make that? My immediate response was, I'm not sure that I can, Let me check though. I don't think I can, but I will come back to you if I can. So my immediate response started to be no, whereas previously it had been yes. And what that meant is when I had the space and the time and the clarity to really think about it, I was then able to sort of get aligned with that decision, with that, invitation, whatever it was, decide whether it was the right thing for me, and then go back to the person and say, great news, I can be at that thing Thursday, 4:00 that you said. Yeah. Or, as I mentioned, yeah, it's a no from me. I'm sorry. Let me know next time. Yeah. So first thing is calendar trauma and overfilling it. Second thing is boundaries. Yeah. So I want you to reflect on those two things. Now, there may be some other things that come to your mind about having an employee mindset and how at the moment you know that you're operating as an employee. Some of those things could be that you don't factor in family holidays. Maybe you don't even take family holidays. Yeah, another big change that I made was planning the whole of my business around the time off that I wanted to take. Yeah, so when I'm planning on my sales planner, which is a big annual spreadsheet that I keep up to date, the first thing I drop in there is when my son's half terms are, Christmas, birthdays, when I'm away on retreats, yeah, whether I'm on someone else's retreat or whether I'm running my own. I drop in there in-person events. I drop in there all of our family holidays so that all of my I'm not available time is clearly marked out. Because there is nothing worse in your business than feeling like you're being pulled in multiple directions and feeling like you've got so much to do and you're not being good at any of it. Yeah, so giving yourself the space, the capacity, the time to really do a good job is important. Yeah, and so this is why overfilling your calendar, saying yes when you really mean no, and not building your business around your life and holidays and time off is a big mistake. Yeah, and it will be hindering your success. So I want to remind you that as a CEO, it is your decision what you sell. It is your decision who you sell it to. It is your decision how you price that. It is your decision if you remove an offer, if you want to close an offer, even if there are people in it. Yeah, I've had clients close memberships with like over 100 people in because they just weren't feeling aligned to it. They held their boundaries, realized they weren't feeling good, and closed the offer. Yeah, they didn't have a witch hunt. They just managed the communication well, made sure that the people inside that offer that wanted to stay on in other offers were able to do that. Yeah, so you don't have to do anything. Yeah, you do not have to do anything. It is your business which follows your rules. You get to make the rules. So let me challenge you with this. If I gave you a blank sheet of paper now and said right at the top, my business rules, yeah, or my business boundaries, what things would you like to put on that piece of paper? What things would you like to set down as being new rules, new boundaries, new operational procedures, new practices, new ways of thinking, new ways of working? What would you like to put on that list? I want you to take a minute. Even if you've got to pause this episode, I want you to take a minute just to think about that. Because this is one thing as women that we rarely do, girls. We rarely stop and think. We are just go, 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 go. We are move forward, go at pace, go fast. Don't stop, don't look back, just go, go, go. Yeah? Does that resonate with you? I'm sure it does. Because we're always on to the next thing, aren't we? We're entrepreneurs, we're idealists. We want bigger, we want better, we want faster, we want bolder, we want to go places. You're ambitious, and I love that you're ambitious. But I also don't want you to go so quick that you stumble. Yeah, that you go so quick that you don't actually stop to celebrate. Yeah, you go so quick that you say yes when you really mean no. So if I handed you a sheet of paper now and said, what are your business rules? What are your boundaries? What would you want to put on there? Yeah, what would you want to put on that sheet? Something else I want to ask you, and this is a really big question, but I want you to answer it honestly. What are you tolerating? What are you tolerating right now? Because having an employee mindset means that you are tolerating the business doing things to you, the business creating an environment for you that you don't want. Yeah, you are tolerating a set of circumstances, and you don't have to tolerate anything because it's your business. Yeah, so answer that question, right? That's another big, juicy, reflective question for you. You might want to journal on this question in your next journaling session. But what is it that you are tolerating right now because you think that it is just part of you running your business, when actually you don't need to tolerate anything, because you can choose, you can put the boundaries in place, and you can change it. Yeah, you can change it. What's that saying that I don't know who says, who actually came up with this, but what you are not changing, you are choosing. Yeah. And so by me asking you the question of what are you tolerating, I'm actually asking you to really consider what you are choosing. Yeah, because it is your choice. So anyway, I hope those two questions have given you some good reflection. And if you are somebody that wants to create your next big breakthrough, whether that's an income breakthrough, whether that is an impact breakthrough, whether you are, planning to get on stages, write books, like up level your identity. If you are somebody who is feeling hyper ambitious right now, you want to make a big income breakthrough, you want to make your next level happen more quickly, then I am looking for 3 women. I'm looking for 3 very special women to work with me on a case study basis. Now, this case study is going to be 3 months long. We will design the framework of the case study together. This is something that I have done before. It is a blend of us working one-to-one together and working in groups together. And I only want 3 women because this is me going all in for you. And in return, you will go all in for me too. So we will work really closely together. You'll have your own personal case study worksheet. And part of the case study agreement is that I will agree to give you a significant saving on the investment for mentorship with me. But in return, you will go all in. You will be an amazing coachee and we will get results. We will get incredible results together. And I will be able to showcase you as a case study. So what that means is you will come as a guest on this podcast. You will be interviewed by me on my Instagram. You will be, that interview we can put on other platforms as well, like LinkedIn, like TikTok. We can give you all the visibility and really showcase what we've been able to create together in a 3-month period. So I wanted to share that invitation on the podcast because I know there's a lot of very, very powerhouse women that listen to this show. So if you are powerhouse enough to want to work with me for 3 months on a case study, all you need to do is head over to my Instagram. Yeah, my handle is @RachHowarth, and just message me the word case study. Okay, if you message me the word case study, you don't have to give me a long spiel or anything. Just make it super easy. Put the word case study. I will know exactly what you mean and I will send you all of the details. Okay. So CEO lady who now has come out of employee mindset and has stepped powerfully into your CEO mindset. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, whatever you are doing. I hope that you have a great week. And I will see you next week for next week's episode of Becoming an Online Sales Queen. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the show, please. And if you know another powerhouse woman who wants to become an online sales queen, please do remember to share this show with her so that we can spread the love and make more sales queens around the world.